Welcome to Small Business Festival. Some new folks in the room, so welcome. My name is Jeff Kickle. I am the CEO and founder of T-Werx. Glad to have all of you here. This is a wonderful week. This is something that we do every year. We started this last year here. Small Business Festival has existed for about 3 years now. And it's all about small business. This is Small Business Week, and this is about helping you to make your businesses better, giving you the skills, giving you the talent, giving you everything you need to have a successful business. We have sessions like this going on every day up through tomorrow, and then there's sessions all over town. So I'd encourage you to get to as many of these as possible because we've got some of the best speakers in town, and you're going to learn a ton today from Alli. Just a couple things. I wanted to thank our sponsors, Insurian and West Austin Chamber, for helping out making these events happen, really sponsoring and getting these things going for us, because without them, these events wouldn't happen. Insurian is an insurance company, so if you need insurance for your small business, highly recommend that you take a look at them. They can help you with basically anything for your small business. So today, we're going to learn about LinkedIn 101, Sharing Your Story, and that's presented by Alli Blotter. Alli is creativity, structured, and determined. She is a handful of humor and a sprinkle of efficiency. Inspiration is her passion. She helps organizations and entrepreneurs communicate their ideas. Alli is in business to empower brands to improve the world and their bottom line. So with that, my friend Alli.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Again, I am Alli Blotter with AV Marketing and Copywriting. I'm so excited to be part of Small Business Festival. I provide creative strategies, copy, video, and music for conscious entrepreneurs and organizations. I've been a copywriter for about 10 years, and I've owned my own business for 4 years. Entrepreneurs come to me and they say, I don't know what to do. I need help with marketing. I need help with social media. I say, well, do you have a strategy? Do you have a plan? Do you have a budget? And they'll say no. I'm like, okay. So throughout the process of finding solutions for entrepreneurs who don't have budgets, I discovered LinkedIn and all of the power it offers. I am a LinkedIn advice community mentor. I was selected as one of LinkedIn ProFinder's Best Professionals of 2017. I love LinkedIn. I'm excited to share it with you. And you guys ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, cool. So tell me, what do you think about LinkedIn? What does it mean to you? What's your perception of it? What do you think?
It's a platform mostly for connecting professionals.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's changed dramatically since Microsoft bought them, and now there's a lot of apps out there, just LinkedIn, like 5 or 6, and I found it to be a lot more effective in the past, which is why I'm really excited about what you're about to show us.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else?
I think it's interesting. I undercut how much activity really occurs on there from an engagement standpoint. From a business standpoint, I post, I'll post to my personal page, my business page, and then I'll post to my LinkedIn page. I'll post Facebook and then LinkedIn, and I get much, much more engagement on business posts on LinkedIn. So people are on there to do business.
Indeed. And that's one of the big points I'm going to make today. LinkedIn has kind of gotten this weird perception. Like, a lot of people think that it's just a place to throw up your resume and that's it. It's not really about community, it's just about business. And today, I hope that I can make you think a little bit differently about LinkedIn and all of its possibilities. It is a business-oriented social network. It has over 140 million users just in the US. And it's where you need to be if you want to conduct business to business. Is anyone in here B2C, business to consumer? Is everyone B2B? Are you business to consumer?
Right. I think I would say so. I mean, I'm a business law attorney, so I work with
Oh,
individuals and with companies, but it's for,
so both.
yeah.
Well, if you're looking to connect with other business owners, hey, LinkedIn is the place to be. If you are looking to find employment with a company, that's where recruiters live, so you kind of have to be there. If you use Facebook, you might want to think about how you're spending your time. How many people here have a Facebook business page? Most of us. How many people have a LinkedIn profile? About the same. Think about how much time you spend on your Facebook business page. How much time are you researching to find articles, doing Facebook Live, posts? Think about that. Just write down a number on your paper, like an hour a week, 2 hours a week. Just take a second to think about the time you're investing into Facebook. Maybe, are you on Facebook, your Facebook business page once a week? Twice a week? 3 times a week? So you're pretty frequent. What about LinkedIn? Do you use LinkedIn once a week? Every day. That's awesome. You're doing much better than most people. So again, write that down, how much time you're spending on LinkedIn. Because Facebook does not work for small business owners. Facebook does not prioritize you. Sucks, but it's the truth. LinkedIn likes you. They want to help you. With Facebook, your organic reach, the amount of time you spend on your posts, it doesn't really matter because the organic reach doesn't work for you. Organic reach is the posts you don't pay for. They're not ads, they're just throw it up there. Your organic reach on Facebook is only 10% max. Most of the time it's 3%. So if you post on your Facebook business page and you have 100 followers, Facebook is only going to show that post to 3 people. That's it. If no one likes or shares that post, nobody's going to see it. So that means that people who support you, who click like, who said, yes, I like what you're doing, I want to hear more about your business, please keep me updated. They don't even get to see your posts. So how do you expect to expand your network if the people who support you aren't even seeing your posts? Instagram is a little bit nicer to you. You can get up to maybe 10 to 15%. But again, that's not that much. Think about all the time you're investing and all the very few people that are going to see what you're sharing. But with LinkedIn, you have a much better chance of reaching your audience. 20% organic reach from the beginning. If people like and share your posts, if you fill out your LinkedIn profile, you can get up to 60%. And today, I'm going to show you how to get even higher. Get up to 100%, even 150%. Expand your audience. So LinkedIn is really the best investment for time. And if you don't have a budget, it's much more cost effective. You're not just throwing money out there to compete with all the big companies on Facebook. You're actually getting to reach your audience. No money, just a little bit of time. So before we dive in, if any of you are, doesn't seem like it, updating your profile along with me today, make sure to go to Settings and Privacy, the Privacy tab, and make sure Shared Profile Edits is in the No position. If you go home later and you update your profile, make sure you change this setting. I'm going to send you this presentation, so don't worry about jotting down every detail of the slide. I'll send it to you. But when you update your profile, if this setting is in the yes position, LinkedIn's going to spam your following. It's going to tell everyone, you changed this word in your description. You changed your headline. It's obnoxious. So keep that in mind. All right, now here's the fun part. What I want you to leave here with today is LinkedIn is a storytelling tool. If you don't learn anything else today, that's what I hope you walk away with. I want you to think about your favorite story. Your favorite movie, your favorite TV show, your favorite book. Just think about that for a second. What do you like most about it? Anyone want to share what your favorite movie is? TV show? Anyone? Yes.
Currently,
Yes.
we love dedicated survivor,
Oh,
or designated survivor.
I haven't heard that one. What's it
Yeah.
about?
Oh, yeah. Kiefer Sutherland?
He is the HUD secretary in the first episode, and for each congressional meeting, there is one person that's set aside in case of catastrophe, in case everybody gets wiped out, that this person becomes the president, and that's exactly what happened. So he becomes the president, and so his journey of going through and making all that work for him.
Interesting. Sounds fascinating. Cool. Anyone else? All right. Well, think about, again, what you really love about your favorite story, and think about your favorite character. Who's your favorite character in that story? What do you like about them? You got that in your head? All right. And think about what makes a good story. Because today we're going to talk about your personal story. All right? What your life journey, your career journey is all about. Think about what you wanted to do when you were a little kid. Think about, oh, when I grow up, I want to be this. And then you graduated from school. Maybe you got a degree, you dropped out, I don't care. If you started a job somewhere. Think about when you first started your business, when you first had that idea. Think about where you are now. All of those moments throughout your life are part of your story, your business journey, your career, your life. So go back to your favorite movie or TV show. Think about how your life might have some similarities. Or your favorite character. How do they act compared to how you act? What are some similarities in those plot points? Because today, you're going to learn how to tell your business story. In all cultures, all over the world, doesn't matter what language, doesn't matter where you are, they all tell similar stories. Every story has different archetypes of characters. Every story has a hero and a villain, and the wisecracking sidekick, and the ruler making the tough decisions, and the townspeople who are cheering them on, supporting them. Everywhere all over the world has these characters. And so, today I want you to embrace your character. Think about your role in the story of not only your own life, but the world. Do you see yourself as the wisecracking sidekick? Are you the one who's nursing the hero's wounds? Are you the wise guru giving them knowledge along their journey? There are 12 different types of archetypes in all stories. Caregiver, creator, ruler, member, lover, jester, warrior, outlaw, magician, innocent explorer, and sage. I will send you an archetype quiz. You can find out exactly which character you are. You can figure out what your perspective is, what role you play. But for today, just pick one. Pick the one that sounds fun to you, that you relate to with. Oh, it'd be so cool to be that character in a story. Does everyone have an idea? Mm-hmm. All right. So these characters are divided into 4 separate categories. They provide structure, paradise, connection, or impact on the world. So your perspective about how you view the world, how you fit into the world, are based on core values you were born with. Everyone has these principles, these values that dictate your actions, your whole life. It's divine. And some of these values are security, freedom, understanding, nurturing, belonging, For instance, one of T-Werx's values is community. They're all about bringing people together. My core values, I'm a sage, and I value understanding and truth. So I do all the research, I gather information, then I share the truth with people like yourselves. That's my personal role. So think about, what does your business provide? Do you provide security, comfort, power, transformation? What are you really providing people? It's not your service, it's not your talents, it's a core human need that you're meeting. And the problem you solve, everyone's going to solve a different problem, but it's based on your values. When you think about basic business branding, you know, what's the problem you solve? What's your values? Those represent your role in life. You guys with me? I'm going to get to LinkedIn in a second, I promise.
Now if you filled out one of those before, does it matter how close they are on that compass, or where they, because they gives you 3? Does it matter?
Usually they're in the same quadrant. I'm actually in 2 quadrants, but the primary one, the first one, is definitely the most powerful, and that's what I would stick with. The other 2 are could be people that you serve, some of the other types that work best with you. So that's something to think about. He's taken the quiz already, so he knows. All right, so a good story has an exposition. It's got rising action. There's a big climactic battle scene at the end, and then there's some resolution. So I want you to think about, in your life, in your business journey, what is the one giant obstacle you want to overcome in order to get where you want to be? Do you want to hire a team, or get a $1 million client, or move somewhere, whatever? What event, that climactic moment, what are you reaching for in your story? So I want you to think about this visual of your business journey. And those points, are the action steps you take. So how do you take action to get to that climactic moment? You offer services. Anyone want to share some services they offer? Plug your business, now's your chance. Jenny?
Education plan, or education, small business education.
Yeah, great. Anyone else?
Legal support to small businesses.
Yes, awesome. That's what this is about, community. Here's your chance. Anyone else? All right, well, think about the services you offer and who is not only needing those services, but searching for them. There's a difference. Some people don't even know if they need your services, and they might not be qualified buyers. That's the difference between a target and a qualified buyer. Today I want you to think about who is actively, desperately looking for what you offer. And what are their values? Are they the same as yours? What's their character role in the story? What role are they playing? And how do you want them to feel? They've got this problem, they wake up in the morning, they're like, I don't know what to do. And then they find you. And how do they feel? Is it relieved? Is it excited? Is it secure, happy? How are they going to be after they experience you and your character? And I want you to think about your talents. I like to think of strengths as a little bit different than just the service you offer, the things you're good at, but it's your passion. It's what makes you different than everyone else. There are tons of people out there who can teach you about LinkedIn and marketing. But I have a theater background, and I like storytelling. It doesn't matter if I'm up on stage or I'm writing a blog, I like to tell a story. And that's what makes me different. That's how my approach to marketing is a little bit different than everyone else. So I want you to think about that. Take a second to think about, what do I love versus what am I good at, and how can I put them together? And then Think about your long-term goals. I touched on your big climactic moment. But if you want to write down, it's like, in 5 years, I want to be here with my business. In 10 years, I want to be in this place. And having that goal is essential to have an effective LinkedIn profile. If you're not using LinkedIn with purpose, there's no point in using it. So you really got to get these locked down. So think of LinkedIn, your LinkedIn profile, as your table of contents for your story. It's a preview of all the exciting things that have happened in your life and what you want to happen. And you have 7 seconds to make a good impression. When someone searches for business law services in Cedar Park, they click on your page. They scroll through, and if they don't find your character interesting in 7 seconds, they're going to move on to the next one. So you really want to make sure your profile has that solid table of contents excitement. Your exposition, the introduction to your story, that is your LinkedIn summary. Does everyone know what the LinkedIn summary is? Yeah. All right, so this is your opportunity to introduce your character and your perspective to the world. You should answer 3 questions in your LinkedIn summary. What do you do? How do you do it? And why do you do it? Most people only answer the first question. I offer business services. I offer education services. Okay, great. Why do I care? Well, because I offer education services in a community family environment. Why do you do it? Why do you offer T-Werx? Like, why did you start this business?
Well, because we wanted to help small businesses start and grow in our community, stay and be successful here, and hire people locally.
And in your own life, why did you feel the need to do that for you personally?
I just saw a need.
You saw a need.
Yeah, I saw a need that wasn't being fulfilled in our community.
So yeah, you noticed something was missing.
Mm-hmm.
And so think about, in your own life, personally, why is what you're doing so important? If you can lock into that and communicate that, people are going to resonate with that. Business doesn't have to be business. Business is personal. It's about relationships, about letting people know, here's who I am, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So grab the reader's attention. Don't just say, hello, my name is Jeff, and I own T-Werx. Cool.
Doop-de-doo.
But what makes T-Werx exciting? You know, why did someone walk in the door? Why did you guys walk in the door today? You could go to different venues to get the same workshop advice. They had like 2 other LinkedIn, like there's so many marketing events. Why did you choose this place?
Because Alli's here, and she's cool.
I can't argue with that. Your summary should also answer, should describe your values, your services, your strengths. Your core character values, you should literally have that key word in your summary. I provide security, understanding, clarity. Make that very clear. Show off your personality. I'm very theatrical and quirky, and so I try to communicate that. And finally, include a call to action. If someone reads the introduction to your story and is like, yes, I don't care about what happened in the past. I want to communicate with this person right now. I want to figure out who they are. I want to work with them right now. Make it easy for them. Say, call me at this number. Email me here. Fill out this inquiry form and let's get started. Give them that call to action. Get started now. Your character photo. Does everyone in here have a picture on their LinkedIn profile? Mm-hmm. Everybody? All right. We have a lovely photographer here. If you have not updated your photo in the past year, I highly recommend it. You're 14 times more likely to be seen on LinkedIn if you have a photo. So keep that in mind. All right, your backstory. Your professional experience section. I love filling out my resume, said no one ever. It's a tough thing to do. It's time consuming, it's tedious, but it is the bulk of your LinkedIn profile. It is what LinkedIn scans the most. If you take the time to fill out your backstory, LinkedIn will show it to more people. LinkedIn works for you. So in your professional experience section, put in as many previous jobs as you can. A lot of people are like, well, I didn't like that business, or I wasn't there very long, and I'm kind of ashamed of that. But it's part of your story. You learned something from it. If you didn't go through that experience, you wouldn't be the same person you are today. So embrace it, you know? Be clear. It's like, I learned this from this position. List your experience in bullet point format. Do not type long paragraphs. Remember, 7 seconds. If someone's going to scan through your professional experience, they're not going to read. They're going to search for keywords. Make it easy for them. List your responsibilities with action verbs. You created this product. You managed this team. You designed this. Keep that verb format first. And then be specific. Include as many names, numbers, locations. Let's say you worked with this client. Include their name. Someone might know that person and be like, oh, I love them. I trust them. If this person works with this person, I'm down. Let's work together. If you managed a budget, put in that number. So like, oh, that gives perspective. No one likes a fake story. The more details you can add, the more you can paint a picture of exactly what happened, the more engaging it is. Finally, integrate keywords. If you go to Indeed or Monster, type in your title and see what those job descriptions say about you. You'll start to see key phrases repeated over and over again. Slap those phrases into your list. You cannot overstep your professional experience section. Computers scan that section, and the more frequently you have those keywords, the more the computer will like you. So don't worry about being redundant or saying the same thing over again. Stuff it as much as possible. There are some particular keywords that LinkedIn loves the most. In Austin, there are 10 that are in very high demand. If you have experience in healthcare management, finance, accounting, banking, HR, retail operations, nursing, trading, investments, retail category management, or purchasing and contract negotiation, plug those phrases in as much as possible. LinkedIn will love you for it. And they've been pretty consistent for the past 6 months. So, again, if you have any of these, add them in your summary, the professional experience, your skills, everywhere. All right, links, skills, and media. Talked about those keywords, your values, your services. Make sure all those are listed in your skills section. For links, if you do not have a link to your website, your other social media presence, make sure those are on your LinkedIn page so people can see the different facets of your character in other locations and places. If you are certified, if you have awards, put those on your page. If you are members of different other associations, networking groups, make sure to put as much detail as you can. LinkedIn will love you for it. You will be at the top of search results if you do all that. And finally, support other characters. If you fill out your LinkedIn profile with the details I've given you, you can get up to 60% organic reach. If you take the time to engage with other people on LinkedIn, you can outrank 75% of your competition. If someone's searching for business law in Cedar Park, and you are the one who engages more than all the other people that are doing business law, LinkedIn will like you more. LinkedIn will work for you. So, think about how you interact with other characters in real life. How do you support them? How do you engage with other people? No character exists in a vacuum. We like to see dimension. You see more of someone's personality about how they interact with other people. So if you have gone to a cool networking event and learned something, post about it. Post about a tip you learned. If you just got a new client, you're super excited to work with them, share. If you just reached a new milestone on a project, you're so happy that we landed this new resource or reached this point. Share as much as you can about your business journey. And other people, if they're celebrating something, if they post an article, reply to it. Don't just say, oh, that was a great article. Specifically look at the article and see how it applies to your personal business. Start a conversation. LinkedIn is not just about showing your business. It's about creating community, connecting with each other. Give recommendations to other people. If you have 4 recommendations, you are 20% more likely to show up higher in search results. Endorse skills, have at least 20. If you need help, you need more endorsements, go endorse someone else. Be like, hey, I did this for you. Do you mind endorsing me? I'm trying to build up my skills. Join groups. You are 4 times more likely to show up in search results if you join a group. You don't even have to be that active in it. Just join a group and link it in. LinkedIn will benefit you. So again, be as engaged as you can. Share your story. It's a great way to remind people that you exist. You might make a connection with someone 5 or 6 years ago. But if you post frequently, you might be like, oh yeah, I forgot about them. I'm ready to work with them now. So think about LinkedIn as a relationship building tool. To not only grow closer to the people in your network, but connect with people in other industries, in other places, in other states. If you build relationships with them, they might move here, or they might quit their business. Like, here's all my clients. There are so many different opportunities with LinkedIn. You just take the time to take advantage of them. And that is how you live happily ever after in your story. Do you have any questions?
You mentioned about how don't worry about making your profile look redundant and just plugging those words in. And at the same time, you said that everyone just can't see your profile. So how do we marry the two? How do we integrate not sounding redundant and at the same time keeping you as a consumer, you're like interested in my profile. You just don't want to read contract.
The summary I would gear towards humans. That's where it is a paragraph. They'll still scan for those keywords, but with the personal experience section, they're really looking for the numbers. They're looking for, oh, you've worked with this many clients, this many people, you've closed this many deals, you've successfully contracts. Yeah, you can. It's not about the words, but the numbers. It's about the data. People are going to relate to that more. You can find different ways to phrase words too. If agreements, terms, you can play with the words a little, so it's not as redundant to humans. But with computers, there's no limit to the amount of obnoxiousness you can get.
Yeah, but I mean, I realize that it's smart to kind of distinguish your summary from the rest of the page.
The summary is really the key of where you're going, and the professional experience is where you've been to get that perspective of what got you where you are. Anyone else? Yeah.
So on those terms, it seems like a lot of professions, with us being small business people, we're looking to reach our audience of either connection or business or things like that. A lot of those, I know that a lot of recruiters do to spam people and recruit for their companies, which is probably not most of us in the room. Because it seems like if we're not careful, we get hit by a lot of recruiters or people that are trying to be the next new digital media person to grow our business. Seems to be a lot of spam that we get through LinkedIn. Any tips that we can do to avoid those situations? Or to maximize what our true target audience is?
That goes back to that foundation of the branding, of getting really clear on who you want to attract, those qualified buyers. Partners on LinkedIn, who are other people who are going to advocate for you, like other wellness professionals. It's equal parts attraction and repulsion. If you get very clear about who you want to reach, the people who don't fit into that, they won't come to you as much. So I would be very clear, like I really like to be clear about, I help conscious entrepreneurs. I prefer coaches, people in the wellness industry. And so people in like finance, oil and gas, like I don't mesh with them. So it's really clear up front. It's like, that's just who I fit with. And so if you get really clear on who you're searching for, they'll come to you. And the people who don't fit into that, they'll recognize that.
How detailed do you have to be on your, I guess say, past experience? I hate to say it, I started in the advertising business in 1979, and it's like, I've only got maybe the last 15 years. Should I go back? I did this. Companies I worked with, they've been bought out. You know, do I list this for 2 years, that for 5, this for 6? Or do I just say, you know, started in 79, and this is what I know? Or, you know, what's your best advice?
I would list each individual company and role, but I would choose your responsibilities based on what you're doing now. So what did you learn there that helps you with what you're doing now? What's most relevant?
Well, ultimately, I was a vice president, general manager, but you know, back then, I mean, I've lived in California, New York, and everywhere else in between. If I put 1979, it's like, oh, you must be an old fart, you know. I mean, and I get solicitations. Found some jobs for you. I got to turn that off on my LinkedIn. No, I'm not looking for a job. That might be LinkedIn's automatic, you know, hey, we found this for you. I go, no, had advertising and marketing in my profile. Why am I getting all these ads? I'm afraid of putting more stuff. I'm going to be found and people. I don't need to deal with all the solicitations.
You can turn off the looking for a job function, so recruiters.
Okay, so that might have been something automatically defaulted on.
Yeah,
Okay.
go back, go into settings,
Okay.
and you can turn that off.
But but just list everything.
Yeah, list what's most relevant to what you're doing now, what your
Okay.
long-term goals are. So as a vice president, you learned how to run a company. You're running your own company now, so.
It's morphed, you know,
Yeah.
it's morphed from more, you know, outdoor to now digital to
Cool.
other stuff, so, okay.
So yeah, I would include the points that are most relevant to what
Okay.
your
Doing now.
future self wants.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah. Anything else?
I have a question about the premium account. What is the advantage of that other than seeing who is looking at your profile?
It depends on your goals. If you are really active, and particularly with ProFinder, are you familiar with that? ProFinder is the solution to Fiverr and Upwork that it actually works. It's a matchmaking tool for businesses and entrepreneurs. It connects people who are looking for services with freelancers. It's actually really great. Someone posts a project they have, you submit a proposal, and they choose what they want. The premium account is super beneficial for ProFinder because you can submit as many proposals as you want. As far as the analytics go, I would try it out for a month so you can see the analytics that it offers. If it's beneficial to your business and what you're doing, keep it up. If not, the investment is really based on your personal goals. I don't need the analytics, but
Does it help with like growing your post or whatever.
Yeah, it can give you insight into exactly which posts have the most engagement and the audience. It's way more detailed about that than the standard analytics.
Is there some sample LinkedIn profile you would like to recommend? Sample LinkedIn profile that you would recommend?
I would search for people in your industry. Every industry is different, so I don't want to recommend, I look at people who are in marketing, but they're going to have a different approach than what you're doing personally. So I would search for people in your industry. The ones that have similar values to you will pop out, and use their profile as inspiration for yours. I don't recommend anything that's particularly, because I have things that I want on my profile that might not be necessary for yours. Does that make sense? Yes.
Kate, do you advise, I do a lot of writing, I mean, I'm published in different magazines or whatever. Is that something good to put on?
Absolutely.
How about short videos and whatever?
Absolutely.
Because I do the, the explainer video, hey, you want more business, boom.
I love those. I make those too. There's a publication section at the bottom of your LinkedIn profile, so you can add in all of the publications. Video is marketing right now.
But if I was in a newspaper, I've got PDFs of everything, I can just put that in.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, if LinkedIn just added the native video function, so yeah, post as many videos as you can. It takes time. It's an investment.
I'll make you one. Okay.
Yeah, I use Go Animate to make animated videos. If you don't want to be on camera, you can make animated videos. Contact me or I for those solutions. But yes, the more videos you share, the more you comment on, the more LinkedIn will love you. Any other questions?
Yeah, so I've got a lot of great ideas based on your presentation, and quite honestly, they're like all swimming around in my head, and I'm kind of afraid now of getting started. But is that part of your business to actually help people with their LinkedIn profiles?
I'm glad that you asked.
Give me $5 later, okay?
So I offer LinkedIn evaluations. If you have some awesome ideas from this presentation, we can sit down and chat. We'll talk about your character role, your archetype quiz results. We'll go through, we'll get your solid foundation, your mission, your target, your values. We'll really get that clear so you can create a strategy that's best for you. I'll go through your LinkedIn profile. I'll give you step-by-step instructions for your summary, your headline, your professional experience, your links, your skills. We'll go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. You'll come out a LinkedIn All-Star. This is a $200 value as a gift to you guys today. I'm offering it for $95. If you book today, go to alliblotter.com/book and you pick a time, we'll chat, and you're lined up for LinkedIn All-Star. Do you have any questions? Yes.
So I have a lot of endorsements that aren't actually areas I do work in.
Mm-hmm.
And the areas I do work in, I don't have endorsements for. But I'm reluctant to take those areas out of my profile because I have a lot of endorsements in them, so that makes me look good, even though it's not an area I actually work in. Can you do something about how do you handle that?
Do you know how many skills you have?
Probably about 20 up there.
Okay, well, you can have 50 max. So you can add in those other skills. I would usually keep it at 30 or 40, 50 gets a little excessive, but delete some of the ones that just don't fit, and then come to T-Werx, ask your friends, be like, hey, I'm trying to build up these skills, could you please endorse them? But definitely build up the ones you need. That's important. Thank you.
How often should you refine your LinkedIn profile? I mean, I know you'll be adding things to it and things like that, but how often should you give it a refresh?
As often as you want to dedicate time to. It's business is iteration. You're constantly evolving your business. You're learning new things. So the more you can keep your LinkedIn page updated to reflect that, the better. And just like web SEO, the more you update your website, the more you update LinkedIn, the more it loves you.
Okay.
that's what's so great about it. The more time you put in, the more successful you are. Yes.
So the job role that's underneath your name, is that searchable? Just,
Yes. Yes, the headline. Yeah, the headline. Yeah. A lot of people just have what they do, but it helps to give some perspective about why they do it. Like the independent marketing strategist, a lot of people say specialist, but that doesn't totally describe what they do. So the more descriptive, the more you can stand out, the better. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. I will be in which room?
The breakaway room.
The breakaway room. I have a sign-up sheet. If you would like to get a copy of this presentation, if you'd like to get the archetype quiz, come over there, chat with me, we'll get your name down. I'll email you today all those fine things. If you have any questions about the evaluation or just LinkedIn or marketing in general, come talk to me. I'm happy to chat with you.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much.
Great job.
Thanks, Alli.